Beep beep, everybody. Hope you're all having a great day. Thanks so much for tuning into the channel. Pardon me. Today we're going to go back into junk wax period, and we're going to open up 3 rack packs of 1989 tops, just for the heck of it. This is going to be just a fun little short video. Hopefully it won't take too long to do. Beep beep, and beep beep. Boop, boop, boop from Nathan the Gnome. I bought these at an antique mall. They were $2.50 each. I don't know what the going rate for them are. That's probably cheaper than I see at most antique malls. I bought these at Yoder's Antique Mall just outside Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. And it has an old Woolworths tag. And I can't quite make out what the original price was on these. Not sure. This one has a tag from Hills Department Store. Again, I can't make out the price. I wish they hadn't crossed it off. And this one here doesn't have any price tag at all on it. So let's dig into these and see if we find anything interesting. If you haven't watched anything on this channel before, fair warning, I sometimes do a lot of beeping. As you can see, I start off the video with beeping. It's sort of my way of saying hi. So we have a 1988 All-Star, Mark McGwire. This, I think, was only available in these rack packs. Technically, I guess this was issued in 1989, but we tend to call it the 88 All-Star set. I know. Oops, brains. So, let's start this off. We got a record breaker card of Gary Carter, who set the career record for putouts. Mark Portugal. Bob Malacky. Whoops. George Brett. That's a good one. Barry Jones, Rafael Belliard, Willie Ansley for #1 draft pick. Not sure whatever happened to Willie. Herman Jimenez, Steve Searcy, future star. Not sure whatever happened to him. There's Robbie Alomar, Andre Scalaraga All-Star card, Jimmy Jones, Scott Sanderson, who's I guess near the tail end of his career at this point. Andy McGaffigan, Larry McWilliams, Willie McGee had a pretty good career. Eric Davis also had a pretty good career. Mark Davis had one really great year as a relief pitcher, and I don't think he quite matched up to that any other time. Well, he had a decent year in '88, 28 saves, 2.01 ERA, but had a 5-10 record that year. But one season I know he had over 40, and I don't remember. He might have won a Cy Young that year. Terry Leach, Larry Sheets, Tony Armas near the tail end of his career, now with the Angels, had quite a few good years with the Oakland A's. Eddie Murray, Jose Alvarez, Bruce Ruffin had a really great rookie year with the Phillies and never really quite lived up to that after that. Gary Thurman, Juan Berenger, John Dobson, Johnny Ray had his career started with the Pirates. There's Mike Schmidt on the tail end of his great career. Jack McDowell in the early part of his career. Terry Taylor, Jim Pankovitz, Jeff Reed, Darryl Strawberry, Andy Van Slyke, Dave Schmidt, Storm Davis, Juan Augusto, Rich Gedman, Danny Tartabull, Bill Pacoda, Drew Hall, and Randy St. Clair. So not a bad first pack. Got a couple Hall of Famers in there. Let's see what's in this second pack. So figure out how to get this open. You usually can just rip this strip right down the middle and get them all out from there. I didn't buy any of these back in 1989, so this is my first experience opening up this. In 1989, I was in college and didn't have much time for collecting baseball cards, so I took the easy route and just bought myself I think it was a hand-collated complete set, and that's all I did in 1989. I didn't buy anything except for the top set. So a lot of this junk wax stuff is, well, not so new now since I've opened up quite a bit of it on the channel, but before I started this channel, I had not opened up hardly any. Ricky Henderson as our all-star card in this rack pack. Terry Steinbach. Floyd Bannister. Floyd, I think, led the league in strikeouts one year in the early 80s. Moose Stubing. Still not sure if I ever remember seeing him. He was a manager of the Angels that year. Brian Downing had a pretty long career with the Angels. Wayne Tollison. Fred McGriff, an early card for him. Walt Weiss, rookie cup card. Tracy Jones, Carmen Castillo, Fred Manrique, Jose Bautista, Dave Righetti. Once held the single-season record for saves for a short time. Mike Kingery, Randy Reddy, Jim Eppard, Greg Swindell. There's Mike Schmidt again. That's our second one. Our second Jack McDowell. Terry Taylor, Jim Pankovitz, Jeff Reed, Darryl Strawberry. So we are seeing some duplication with the previous rack pack. Andy Van Slyke, Joe Bover, Rick Honeycutt, Glenn Wilson, Terry McGriff, no relation to Fred that I know of, Mitch Webster, Greg Olson, number 1 draft pick, pretty good relief pitcher, mostly in the 90s, Dave Otto, Padres leaders, I think that is Benito Santiago. They're sliding over home, and that's Gary Carter, so pretty cool photo there. And these leaders cards were basically showing the team leaders on the back, and this one was for the Padres, and it gives pitching and batting stats. Ken Patterson, Danny Jackson, Franklin Stubbs, Lance Johnson, had a pretty good career, a lot of triples. Rafael Santana, Brooke Jacoby, Ron Karkovice. That's a pretty cool photo. I'm going to put that in my Bat Meets Ball collection. Record breaker for Doug Jones, earns his 15th straight save. A lot of people these days don't remember Doug Jones, probably most notable for his rather large mustache, but he was one of the best relievers from back in the late 80s going into the 90s. I don't remember how many career saves he finished with in his career, but I'm pretty sure he made the 300 mark. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong on that. I don't have Baseball Reference handy in front of me as I'm doing this. I'm just going by my rather shoddy memory. Jeff Ballard, another leaders card for the Expos, that is Tim Raines, and a checklist, which is kind of off-center. The last pack. So if you have any memories of 1989 Topps from back when you were a child, teenager, or even an adult, feel free to leave them in the comments, and we'll have a little discussion about what we thought of this back in the day. I actually like the design of this set. It's unfortunate that it was so mass-produced, as much of the stuff from 1987 to 92 or so. I guess you could even take that out a couple years before and after, maybe. I mean, the print runs for Topps cards have been estimated to have been going up every year consistently since, I guess, the mid-70s. There's Bobby Doerr, the captain of the, I guess, the American League All-Star team, and a Hall of Fame second baseman who played back in the 40s. That's a cool card. Charlie Palaio, Tony Fernandez, and while we're at it, that's, it's the curves, I guess. In some ways, it reminds me a little bit of the 1980 set, but not as colorful. But still, it's pretty neat design. It does have black borders on the back, so it's more susceptible to seeing damage on them than other sets have. Like I said, if it wasn't for the mass production of this, I think this could have gone down as one of the better sets of this time period, mostly based on design. It's unfortunate that Ken Griffey Jr. was not in this set. He would later be issued in the traded set later on in the year. One flaw that Topps had for that year, as Donruss and Fleer and Upper Deck all had Griffey in their 89 sets, and as you know, the 89 Upper Deck card is rather one of the few exceptions to the junk wax era that carries quite a high price tag these days. Dave Stieb, great pitcher for the Blue Jays. Howard Johnson. Jim Snyder, don't remember him. Luis Salazar, remember him when he was with the Padres. Mark Clear. Joe Carter. Hall of Famer Robin Yount. Sil Campusano. Bob Brower having a good laugh. Fernando Valenzuela, this time sporting a mustache. Lloyd McClendon. Mike Maddox, that is Greg Maddox's brother. Hall of Fame manager Whitey Herzog. Gary Redus. Bill Doran. Craig Reynolds. Tim Belcher, Rookie Cup card. Deion James. Dave Smith, one of the better relievers from back in the 80s. I think he may have finished his career with over 200 saves. Mark Eichhorn was also a rather interesting pitcher from back in the day. He had, I think it was his rookie year. He had this 14-6 mark, 1.72 ERA, struck out 166 and 157 innings, and relief pitchers normally do not have 150 innings. Even back in those days, that was unusual. You'd have to go back to pitchers like Wilbur Wood and Mike Marshall back in the late 60s and early 70s that had those kind of relief innings numbers that made them eligible for earned run average titles, but 157 fell short. You needed 162 to get that 1.72 up there, but it's a rather... He was an interesting pitcher in that he threw very slow, but he got batters out, and I think it was mostly from the movement of his pitches, and he had a pretty decent career. He did not replicate another season like that, but very notable. Rene Gonzalez, Pat Perry, Hal Lanier. I hate Lanier or Lanier. I think it's Lanier. Don't remember him. Hall of Famer Bert Blyleven having a good laugh. Jimmy Gantner, I think he played his whole career with the Brewers. Steve Rosenberg. Mike Felder. Ron Gant, Rookie Cup card. Ron had a pretty good career. Terry Blocker. Frank Viola. Marvin Freeman. Mario Diaz. Don Paul. We have the Blue Jays leaders. I'm not sure who is on that card. I don't think it says on the back either. No, I don't think it says on the back. I'm not sure who that is on there. Put him aside and look him up later. Mike Bielecki, Turn Back the Clock. That's Tony Oliva on his 1964 Topps card. Herman Gonzalez, Roger Clemens All-Star card. Lee Mazzilli, Pirates leaders, and that I think is Jay Bell, and I believe that's Tony Gwynn. And Felix Fermin is the last card of this video. So thanks so much for tuning in. Please share your thoughts about the 1989 Topps set in the comments below if you feel the urge to do so. And please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate your support. Hope you all have a great day. Thanks so much for tuning in. Beep, beep, everyone.